Hello, my name is Jasmine Jones. I will be going over Chapter 1, the PSEL standards and the North Carolina standards for school executives, based off what I learned in Chapter 1, as well as the standards that are on the course syllabus for the ELPS 604 course, the role of principalship. Why should school leaders have standards? I believe school leaders should have standards. For one, it helps with accountability, not only as the administrator, but also it holds teachers accountable. Students are being held accountable because the ultimate goal is for students to be successful. So I believe having standards are a way to hold the responsible party accountable. It also promotes student and teacher success. I believe the standards serve as a guideline and or rubric that teachers and administrators should follow so that teacher success can be maintained as well as student success. And three, the expectations of what school leaders and teachers should know. Again, the ultimate goal is for student success, no matter if it's at an elementary level, middle school level, a high school level, or either at a collegiate level. You are wanting to make sure that the students are reaching their maximum potential. So I believe that these standards help get these students to their highest potential. The PSEL standards are also the professional standards for educational leaders. There are 10 professional standards for educational leaders. Standard 1 is mission, vision, and core values. Standard 2 is ethics and professional norms. Standard 3 is equity and cultural responsiveness. Standard 4 is curriculum instruction and assessment. Standard 5 is community of care and support for students. Standard 6 is the professional capacity of school personnel. Standard 7 is the professional community for teachers and staff. Standard 8 is meaningful engagement of families and communities. Standard 9 is operations and management. And Standard 10 is school improvement. Mastering professional standards for educational leaders, the two that I thought outweigh or were the highest in my opinion that leaders should master was Standard 8 is meaningful engagement of families and communities. I think this is an important standard because it goes back to making meaningful and impactful relationships to help with student success. You are able to build relationships outside of the school within the community. You're creating relationships, again, outside of the school, which sometimes leads to or provides different opportunities. For example, there may be someone that has a daycare and they're offering free tutoring services. Because you have made that connection outside of the school, it leads for ways to promote student success. And with that, you are also building trust. You know that they can trust you, you can trust them. And it's a support system because you want student success, but you need a team not only in the school, you need a team outside of the school. So I really think community engagement, family engagement is a very important standard for all leaders to master as well. Standard 4, curriculum instruction assessment. I think this is an important standard as well because it helps promote growth. You need to know the instruction, you need to know how to assess, and you need to basically really know the curriculum so that you can instruct, which leads to assessing the students. I believe that all leaders should know how to read and interpret data so that you can see the growth and proficiency within the school and within different classrooms. And knowing the content to help teachers show the growth and proficiency. You might have a beginning teacher that knows how to instruct, but because they're not strong in the curriculum, it shows that there are some weak areas within that teacher, which may hinder the teacher from showing the growth and proficiency within the classroom. But as an administrator or a leader, if you know the curriculum, you can show the teacher how to instruct and make sure that they are able to reach or maximize student growth within the classroom. The North Carolina standards, there are 8 of them: strategic leadership. Standard 2 is instructional leadership. Standard 3 is cultural leadership. Standard 4 is human resource leadership. Standard 5 is managerial leadership. Standard 6 is external development leadership. Standard 7 is micropolitical leadership. Standard 8 is academic achievement leadership. The 2 that I feel like the leaders should master for the North Carolina standard was, in my opinion, is Standard 2, instructional leadership, which is knowledgeable of the best instructional and school practices. To me, that means you know the 21st century curriculum. You are providing teacher support. You are making sure that your teachers' needs are being met within the classroom. Revolving persistently through learning and guiding conversations about instruction. You are always providing different types of professional development for your teachers to grow in the profession, which leads to different conversations because they may see a different type of professional development that they may be interested in. And because you have had those conversations with your teachers, you are able to provide them with those opportunities. And it also leads to high expectations. You know what you want your staff to be able to obtain and achieve, as well as your students in your school. Standard 7, micropolitical leadership. It builds systems and relationships that utilize staff diversity, encourage constructive ideological conflict in order to leverage staff expertise, power, influence, and realize the school's vision for success. That goes back to the school improvement team and making powerful decisions. I believe as an administrator or a leader, you cannot do this by yourself. So you need a powerful team within the school and outside of the school. Teachers, the stakeholders need to be able to come to you, voice their opinions, get ideas from you because you are the leader, and so that student success is met. And the teachers should be able to have open conversations. You should be very accessible to your staff and to your teachers so that they can feel comfortable coming to you to address these concerns or to just have an open conversation with you. The reflections on the standards. So once I become a principal, I feel like Standard 7 from the professional standards for educational leaders, the professional community for teachers and students. It is promoting teacher success, having teachers feeling valued and appreciated. Because I feel like I'm in the profession now and I feel as if I haven't been appreciated and valued, once I become a principal, I know that I will be able to show teachers appreciation and show them that they're valued, because I know how it feels firsthand to not feel appreciated and valued in the profession when I know that I've been working extremely hard. And sometimes a teacher just wants to hear you are doing a good job, and that one sentence can go far in the profession. One standard that I feel like may be challenging would be Standard 2 from the professional standards for educational leaders, ethics and professional norms. Not that I feel like I will be unethical, but I feel like sometimes I may make a unbiased decision, and my goal would be not to be biased in certain situations. But I know that just comes with growing in the profession. You're not going to start out being perfect. It's all about self-growth. And I feel like that one will be a little challenging for me at first, because I just want to make sure that I'm making the best decisions and smart and professional and ethical decisions. So I feel like I may struggle with that first going in. And so as I conclude, the professional standards for educational leaders and the North Carolina standards for school executives, I feel they are the same standards, even though some of the standards are different. There are more professional standards for educational leaders than the North Carolina standards, but ultimately they are promoting student success, teacher success, and leader success, because ultimately you want to grow in the profession, and I feel like these standards will lead to growth within the profession.